better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home. Yes, and do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yeah, this is home.
Yeah, okay, Grenada, Carrico, Petey Mondig, and the world. Welcome to another Mikey Live. Folks, this is news discussed, not told. Of course, we had a great weekend. I hope that you're good. Hope that you're ready for some news in your Lily Lolo. All right, so tell me, how was your weekend? I trust that it was good. All right, folks. I mean, for those of you who are viewing the program for the first time, I would like to say welcome to you. Of course, it's always my pleasure to be on the program with you to tell you really what's going on, what's cracking, what's popping, dude. All right. So yeah, man. So if you're viewing the program for the first time, welcome. And for those of you who are always on the program, we thank you for joining us. Here are your headlines. Public Workers Union calls out public workers tomorrow. We'll tell you about that as well. GFA president provisionally dismisses its president. I think I see an error there. All right. So the GFA executive provisionally dismisses its president, Cheney Joseph. Yeah, we have a little error in the subject area. That we'll fix that. All right. Villagers construct road on their own. Also, tornado in Cuba. Grenadian students are safe. Nawasa meets with tank owners. We'll tell you about that as well. And new community under valve regulations. We told you that there is a very strong likelihood that other communities may be under valve regulations as we, battle with the current water situation. The dry season is promising that it will not be easy. And so NAWASA is trying to find ways of being a little proactive and dealing with the situation. So we'll explain that to you a bit more in a moment. Another interesting program is ahead. Of course, we want to remind you folks that this is news discussed, not told. News discussed, not told. For those of you who have not yet done so, we want to encourage you to share the program. Share the program so that other people will be able to see what's happening here. Guys, we will be back shortly. And when we come back, it will be real news in Olio Lili Lolo. So brace all yourself. The headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and Colombian Emeralds International.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
It's a new year, so how about a new look? At Quartz Optical, we have the latest brand names and styles. Plus, get 20% off credit on 12 to 24 months. Instant credit approval while you are being tested. Get 15% off cash, so you can get that new frame to go into the new year. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest, fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Special conditions apply.
Colors Promotion together with Carib present National Colors Fest. Everybody safe, girls winding up, keep up. National Colors Fest. Wednesday, February 6th, the night before the holiday. Moonlight City. We deck off in our national colors and come out to play a mass. And you see when morning touch. Grenada's Best takes the stage. Sheldon Douglas, Boise, Dash, wind up, we don't want no easy. King, Hainan Job and Sosa, Muddy and Squeezed, Looney Spark and Electrify, Zooty Man and more. Get ready, cause a mass go play. We embrace the ice, green and gold National Colors Fest, 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. General admission 25. Ticket outlets are Gittins, England Dance, Heather Boutique, Shefty's Bar, opposite the terminal, Spice Mobile Guam, Shi's Bar Victoria, Big Lane Bar Sates, Kwame in River Sally, Daigo Shop Tivoli, Bogoso Barbershop, Kevin and Crush Barbershop Grenville, and St. David's Pharmacy. National Colors Fest, Wednesday, February 6th, Moonlight City.
The pride and joy of a nation is its flag. Its colors and arrangement makes it significant and stunningly beautiful. On Wednesday, February 6th, it's National Colors Day.
Stepping off the
Every proud Grenadian is asked to deck off in clothing highlighting the colors of our flag. Whether you are dressed for work, daily routines, or casual engagements, showcase the true Grenadian spirit. Every ministry, every department, and all workplaces are encouraged to join in. National Colors Day, Wednesday, February 6, 2019. Endorsed by the National Celebrations Committee. Our people, our colors, our day. On Wednesday, February 6th, National Colors Day.
Alrighty, and welcome again officially to the program. To all the people who are just joining us now as we're talking about the national celebrations and so on. We have to tell you that on the weekend the National Celebrations Committee held its Independence Calypso competition, and winning the competition was Sour Serpent. It had a nice song about painting colors and stuff like that, boy. Second, Top Cat, that's Teddy Christopher. Then we have a Superstar, Jermaine, we had Baraka, and then we had the Messenger. So that's the order in which they were presented in terms of the winnings. All right, so first Sour Serpent, second Top Cat, third Superstar, fourth Baraka, and fifth is the Messenger. We want to say congratulations to all of them. You may wonder what's happening with the defending monarch, which is the defending monarch from last year. He decided that he was not going to be defending his title. No, that's Rootsman Kelly. He did say last year that, you know, he would have won 3 consecutive titles. Once he won 3 consecutive titles, and you know, he gave the opportunity to someone else to win the business. Now, the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, Cuba, boy. You know, everybody wanted to know whether or not their family member in Cuba was okay following this tornado. Now, according to reports, at around 8:30 last night, boy, a tornado broke out in Havana. According to preliminary figures, it left 3 people dead and just around 172 injured. In addition, there are some areas without basic services like electricity, water, gas, and all these things. They say up to now, the number of affected households are not yet known. They're saying that, but it's likely to be hundreds of people without, you know, the basic. Well, I would want to think that it will go beyond that. They're saying that it caused landslides and all sorts of things, man. Now, they are saying that this is the first time this is happening in Havana. They say they have never before registered a tornado in Havana, at least not according to modern records. You understand? So this one was a first. You know? Yeah, boy, telling me. Yep, so what we were told is that the Grenadian students, they are okay. All the Grenadians up there, you know how they closely knit and so on. So this one called that one and this one called that one to say that everything alright, they're okay and things like that. And so things fix up, they think they rise and things like normal. So we're gonna continue though to, you know, check up on them to see what's going on. If anything changes, of course we had to inform the nation, you know what I mean? That's our duty here on the program. Speaking of the program, here's what. Now what's up, boy? Now, we were telling you last week that they were going to meet with tank owners and officials and so on. So they actually had that meeting. And they said it was a very, very fruitful meeting. You understand? And according to Nawasa, effective on the 1st of February 2019, it will begin the sterilization process for all water tankers desirous of carrying potable water this dry season. So this was one of the many discussions that was held with water tank operators and owners at the meeting in Dusty Highway today. You understand? They say that the meeting also had representatives, and you'll see some of them on the screen, from the Fire Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Discussions were extended to dealing with the bush and other fires, you know. And the fire department was in high praise for the unwavering support of the operators with the extinguishing of fires without cost once needed. You understand what's going on? We good people, you know. We good people. So they say it was a nice meeting, it was a fruitful meeting. So they will start to sterilize those tankers and so in preparation for service later on as the dry season gets a little more intense. Speaking of an intense dry season, folks, what we can tell you is more regulations in all the little. You know what I mean? They can't help it. It is what it is. NAWASA is announcing another water system to be valve regulated, effective tomorrow, God's willing. You understand? They want to inform the general public that as of tomorrow, the Petit Etang water system in St. David will be placed under valve regulation. Now, this has become necessary due to the authorities' inability to have a 24-hour supply available to affected customers. Yeah? You understand? Now, consumers, you are reminded of the need to have water stored to last a minimum of 3 days of 35 gallons of water per person per day. You understand? People, the thing is happening. So the areas that will be affected are Petit Etang, Syracuse, Corinth, Vincennes, Windsor Forest, Laurel Land, Pedmata, Providence, Champlain, Child Island. You understand? And here's what. You would have water available from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., 3 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. daily until further notice. You understand? They say that they will continue to monitor the water system and its capacity to meet the demand and will keep affected customers fully aware of their supply status as information becomes available. You know? Now they are saying that it is important that you store or collect water in clean covered containers prior to the interruption in your supply. And they say that it's important that you manage your supply, taking into consideration the needs of your family members and your pet. You understand? So this makes it now 2 systems under valve regulations. So people are think serious. Other again, we reiterate this, other areas are likely to be affected as we move deeper into the dry season. We moving on. How we looking for time? Let me skip Jason Holler. We'll talk about Jason Holler in a moment. You understand? We're going to talk about Jason Holler in a moment. Ain't that much news, now. I just have some big stories for all you. Not quantity, but quality. All ya. So the next thing that we have to tell all you about on the program is the Public Workers Union. They are calling out their members. I'm making it up. The Public Workers Union, they are calling out their members to a meeting. And that's according to a press release I received this afternoon. Stamp and ding. You know what I mean? Yeah, stamp and ding. The Grenada Public Workers Union, the GPWU, invites all its members, take a time with me, to an important meeting to be held tomorrow, Tuesday, January 29th, 2019 at 2 p.m. Now, this meeting is going to be happening at the Grenada Public Workers Union building to discuss matters related to pension and gratuity and other important matters. All you read between the lines. I want to big up Brother John, Brother John watching on the TV. If anybody over 50 looking at the program on TV, big up all the whole self. Now, members are reminded of their rights to freedom of association and assembly. I ain't making it up, I'm reading. Understand? Based on the Grenada Constitution, Section 11, and the Grenada Labor Relations Act of 1999 as follows. Take the time with me, let me read the program. Section 25(1). Every employee has the right to take part in lawful trade union activities. Section 26(1). An employer or person acting on an employer's behalf, or a trade union or officer of a trade union with respect to any employee who d. threatens such employee or person that he or she shall suffer any disadvantage from exercising any right conferred or recognized by the Act or the Employment Act 1999, or from participating in any capacity in a proceeding under the Act or the Employment Act of 1999 commits an offense. And they'll lose me breath on that one day. Members are urged to exercise their right, as your voice is extremely important in supporting your union. Members, you are the union, and in unity, success is assured. Know your rights. We have the power. And folks, that was a press release from the Public Workers Union informing public workers that at 2 p.m. tomorrow, why the thing turn up? As of 2 p.m. tomorrow, they expect to see you at the meeting. So all of the thing going to turn up again. Yeah, start going on with the business. So let's see what's going on. You know, we didn't get like we don't get invitement as a media. So probably after that we could call, you know, and talk about the business. Yeah, we go call them and they'll give us a little update on the business. You know what I mean? Yes. How we looking? So let's see what happens tomorrow. All right, people. So I don't know what's going on with the permission business to ask me that. I don't work in government. I'm not a public worker. You know what I mean? I just reading the business. Don't ask me nothing about no permission, and don't ask me nothing about no kind of business. I read the business for all the law. In fact, I think there's a meeting with the government officials, and they're inviting coaches from schools and physical education teachers and so on to come down to have a little discussion. You know what I mean? Tomorrow by. Yeah, so yeah, anyway, let's leave that talk. You see, I don't really want to get into that. I'm on the week too early for that. Enter. Next story in all the how we looking? How are we looking? Oh yeah, take all the time with me. Jason Holder. He's not a Grenadian, but hold on, I'll put it in context for all. Don't push me. West Indies captain Jason Holder has become. Hold on, let me put up a little picture with my dog. You know what I mean? Jason Holder. Yeah, tall dude, you know. Young youth, you know. Young youth, man. Yeah, man. Look at the bedroom and the program. Hold on, we're coming back. I will tell all the why I'm telling all of that now. Just don't take all the time. West Indies captain Jason Holder has become the #1 all-rounder in the ICC Test rankings after his sensational performance in the first test against England in Barbados. Holder hits his maiden Test double century and grabbed 2 wickets in the match to lead West Indies to a 381-run win against England at the Kensington Oval. So that would have elevated him all the way to #1. His all-rounder show helped rise to 2 places, and now that brought him to the #1 spot. You know what I mean? So that was good for him. Now In fact, the entire West Indies team was in for high praises because they listen. When you hear West Indies declare, you have to pinch yourself, you know. When you hear West Indies playing a game and you have to pinch yourself to make sure that you're sleeping. Yeah, bit. However, let me take out hold of my program. However, people, the Prime Minister of the country, you understand? He say, hold on, take all the time, you know, take all the time, Grenada. The Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, he has welcomed the win by West Indies cricket team, but quickly added that the overall performance of the team cannot be judged by just one game.
We have seen West Indies perform well in a particular game in the past, and therefore, as one who understands the game well, I know that you can't make a final judgment on the performance of a team by one game. And as they say in areas of intellectual activities, and maybe that's a one-off. I mean, I don't like one-off. I like to be clear that there is a permanent change in attitude. And as I said over and over, I think unless the administration changes, I'm not sure that we're going to see the kind of performance. Because I always believe that we have the talent in the region. I never think that we are short of talent. Maybe we would not see a Gary Sobers or a Brian Lowry emerging, but we have the talent to ensure that we can extract the maximum out of this talent. But it requires a leadership and management and governance system that promotes the interests of the players and the unity of the region as a whole. I think that's the fundamental thing that's lacking. Hope and pray that we'll see a change in that regard.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You know what I mean? All right, good. So, Olia, let's talk about another business now. Let's talk about another business. Olia, several Grenadians, about 5 artists, have been selected to participate in both the International Groovy Soca Monarch and the International Power Soca Monarch. Give them a clap. Yeah? Give them a clap. You understand? So, we have men in the groove, we have men in the power. You understand? In the groove, we have Mandela Links, give him a clap. We have Von, give him a clap. Yeah? And then in the power now, we have Lil Natty and Thunder, give them a clap. We have Mr. Killer, give him a clap. We have Mr. Legs. We're making it up. I'm making it up. You understand? So for the groove, we will be coming up against Blacks and Swappy and 5-Star Akil and JMB. Not run, sorry. We have Pretty. You know, we're coming up against them kind of guys, but we can handle them. We can handle them. I don't see Nadia Bats in there, so we good. Once Nadia and Faman up in there, we good. We are right. We might have to struggle with our Blacks because that tuna, somebody lose a girl. You know what I mean? Touch it for you. Right. They're a bad tune. But when you have Von, Trouble in the Morning, and Tombstone competing against them fellas and them, we stand a good chance. I'm making it up. We stand a good chance. So this year, we know although they want to make a little money and we hear they're not getting that trending, you know. This year, we're going to mash up the place. You understand? Don't text me any program, no man. When you text me any program. Patsy and them. So we spoke today to Mandela about Mandela Links. You know, because here what's going on. Mandela been mashing up the place, you know. I ain't making it up. Mandela song has been mashing up the place. And right now he says it's all about keeping calm and working on a craft to make it to the next level. He says that he's planning to go and go real hard representing Grenada.
Yeah, well, honestly, you know, to me, it's a normal thing, you know. It's a good feeling, it's a blessing, you know, but still I just taking it cool, you know. You don't get and overreacting nothing, you know, because, you know, I've been working hard, me and my team, you know, management team, producers, and plus, you know, my other brother, you know, who has been working with me, you know, from Soca Monarch to here to, in terms of pushing the music, marketing the music, you know, in a different way, different strategy. And to get to this point now is a blessing. I must say it's a blessing, you know, but I'm just taking it nice and cool. in terms of the planning part, with team and we getting together and organize all of that. But I just put in everything in the Almighty hands with determination, belief. I believe in myself and I go on there hard. I go into the semi-finals, like the finals, and I go into the finals, like 2 finals in one. You understand? So I go in real hard, Doing this for my people. Mikey, I've been saying this 3 years in a row. From 2016 to 2018 in competition, Groovy competition. If people go back and watch my performance, you will hear I say one thing. 3 years, because I wanted my people in Grenada to understand me. You understand? I said the first 2016, I said, Grenada, I'm doing this for you, my people. I said it in 2017. And I say, like, they don't hear me saying that to them. Like, they don't hear me tell them I'm doing that for you. 2018, I say, I do it for you, the land of the job. 3 years, I tell them that straight. And the Almighty hear me cry. You understand? Look what's going on. Yeah? Now, one of the biggest songs, I have the biggest book, I go in straight, Uwa Cruise. Most played song there. And the list goes on. Miami Carnival, Nottingham Carnival, all over. You understand? And that's a blessing, Mikey. For me, I just couldn't be outside there to represent. But God alone knows how he does handle things. So I still count it as a blessing because I'm here. And look what the grounds are discovering. So Trinidad Groovy, we come in hard. I come in with full force, Right about now, I have my people, my Grenadian people, on my shoulders. I can't put them down now. I have to press. Regardless of the outcome, I still going hard. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah, man, go hard, Go hard. Go hard, Panda. You can't go soft, you go soft. Problem. Mandela Link says he has a busy schedule ahead of him, and I've been working with some local collaborations. Maybe you will be hearing about one that you were not prepared for, but he's coming with it.
Yeah, well, I've been working hard, very hard, creating new music. I have a lot of new music coming out, I had a first combination out with Leadneck. I have the remix coming out with Talpri for Tombstone, which I must do it with a Grenadian. No, just Grenadian, because that is the culture, that is the thing, so, I have the one coming out with Talpri. Then we have one coming out with Sandman. Yeah, this one I didn't even supposed to say it, I was a secret, but I get it, Then I've been, doing shows different places, throughout the Caribbean, and there is a lot of other places to go, places like Guadeloupe, and etc. Back to Barbados, Trinidad, and we going a lot of other different places, England, in April, England, go back down to July, St. Vincent. So, there's a lot of bookings, a lot of shows coming in, and we trying to keep focused now because my team who got me back, they've been there from scratch, but we just grow, And then we have guys like Everard and Chadel, who help market, management team, Rockin' G, Orlando, big up, they see, the whole team, everybody who's been there for me, and I know I really appreciate that love and support they give me to get me to this point, so we keep pressing. We have a lot of things to accomplish till we just start. It's just the beginning, because we have a lot of things to do, we got children to feed, we got people to help, we got things to do, so this is just the beginning, That's just the beginning of it.
Speaking about children to feed, you know what Mandela said? His goal is not really to get rich in the business, but to help others. I'm not
in the music to be rich, man. I'm not in the music to have all this money or to, I want to make the money, yes, but my vision is to help people, I help the kids who go into school, A little youth might pass, be real determined, I can't even afford to get good shoes. I could have to help that, get like a school, like a books, give back something to the people. How hard we grandparents and they work for us. Some of them still using a pit toilet. Give them a little help out there. Most people have their local house, they can make it, give them a help out there. People with kidney problem, heart problem, all this thing, give back to the people. At the end of the day, this is what I'm doing here. I didn't make this on my own. I make it with the people, and with God blessing the people, giving them life, health, and strength, so that they could support me. And God give me everything that's going on here. I ain't own none of this thing for myself. It's God's one person in charge of that. I ain't in charge of nothing. I could get up in the morning and I can talk. You understand? That I could just shut down right here in front of the camera. I understand? And all you could hear is my voice when I'm gone. In terms of the music, and that's it.
Yeah, man. Earlier, that was Mandela Links. You all saw the Faye and Lions video, right? About Grenadians, you know, them getting the handshake theory. Yeah? So the winner in Trinidad comes to Grenada, participates in Grenada in the finals, no other level of the competition but in the finals, and vice versa, and you do that with other islands, and that created a whole set of comments and stuff. And I was kind of, you know, I thought that's what the international soccer monarch for, but I think every country should have its own soccer monarch with its own winner, so that that winner can represent his country as the soccer monarch wherever he goes. You see, anytime you start permitting others to come and infiltrate like that, you know, although we're looking for Caribbean unity and stuff like that, but there are some things in broken, we ain't trying to fix it. You understand? Maybe a separate competition should be organized for that purpose, but I can foresee a lot of challenges with that kind of format. Because I remember back in 2001, Caribbean Prestige Foundation, under the leadership of the same Mr. William Monroe, we remember they attempted the same thing. The same thing was attempted, lest you forget, the same thing was attempted before. They tried it on the ground level first with the junior soccer. They tried it with the junior soccer. What happened? We facilitated Patrice Roberts. We facilitated the others who came to Grenada as part of the handshake. Well, it wasn't called the handshake then. But then when it was Grenada's time to go to represent Grenada in Trinidad, as the Trinidadian artists would have come to Grenada, it never happened. It never happened. Anyway, let leader talk there. We have to remember our history. It has been tried and tested. Yeah, so let leader talk there. Next thing we have to tell all about, boy. Grenada has a Grenada Football Association, short GFA. President of the GFA provisionally dismissed by the executive committee. So the Grenada Football Association said that they have dismissed him provisionally, Kenny Joseph. Now the decision was taken by the executive committee at a meeting that was held on Saturday, gone at the GFA headquarters. Now we have the general secretary, the association's general secretary, Mr. Ken Whiteman. Now he informed the media of the new development in a press conference that was held tonight. So we had to run there and run back here. You understand? You see that they ain't about to talk too much about the business, but just wanted to make that statement.
Please be informed that the meeting of the Executive Committee of the Grenada Football Association held on Saturday, January 26 at the GFA conference room took the decision to provisionally dismiss President Joseph from the position, to dismiss Chenny Joseph from the position of president with immediate effect for a period of 3 months in the first instance, pending an inquiry into the nature of the recently concluded court matter, the Commissioner of Police versus Chenny Joseph. The meeting cited Article 42R of the Statutes of the Grenada Football Association, the 2026 July edition, as its authority to make the above-mentioned decision. Article 42, Clause 2 states, the Executive Committee has the authority in the following areas. R states, the Executive Committee may provisionally dismiss a member of a body previously elected by the General Council. In the interim, First Vice President Alan James is expected to act as President, and please note that the Secretariat continues to carry out its normal functions. As I said earlier, the public will be informed of all developments as we move speedily to resolve this matter as soon as possible.
Thank you, sir. Now, in an exclusive interview with Mr. Michael Bascom, Chenny Joseph says, you know what? It's a whole bag of skills and tricks.
There is a perception out there that maybe I am going too fast, and if they allow me to continue with the success on and off the field with the Grenada Football Association, I might be hard to be removed by the time another election. But I did not indicate to them that I want to run. The truth is, and I'm going to say it to you so that your listeners could hear, those doing so did so on the basis of a few things. 1, dislike. 2, hate. 3, covetousness. 4, jealousy. And 5, most importantly, not liking football.
All right. And that was Mr. Joseph speaking to Michael Bascom on an exclusive interview about the business. Can I move on, please? We're moving on. We did contact Mr. Joseph for a little interview or outerview, and he wasn't willing to talk at the time. You know what I mean? Say, give him some time and he'll talk to us in the business. So Mr. Joseph, we go hold it to that. You know what I mean? When things settle along and things, we expect to hear from you about the business, and we'll talk more about the business. Earlier, our feature story for tonight: women, with the support of 2 men and a child, has decided to get their hands dirty after waiting on government to complete a piece of road in order to create adequate access to the village in which they live. So we arrived at a very small village named Guankai in Friconte, St. George, and we observed the villagers who were at the time people busy at work, getting their hands dirty. So folks, this is what they were doing. Using spades and all kind of thing to get the work done. That's some kind of thing you don't see every day. You understand, people? You don't get to see that every day. Now, one of the villagers said that they don't have the machinery that is needed. So they are doing what they can with what they have. So they are using their hands and whatever they have to get work done. You understand? They say they're not waiting on anybody. They ask a few members, and most of them are women. So it is women at work. Yes? They say the government started with a piece of road for them, but then stopped. So then they decided that they were going to do what's left.
Yeah, so today we the women of the village, we have taken it upon ourselves to start opening the road. As you see, we don't have any machinery work. We're using our hands, our spade, our forks. We have just one hilti and we're working tirelessly. We've been here every Sunday, and we're not gonna stop until the road is complete, because it will be a good source of help to us, because if there is a sick person in the area, sometimes the ambulance could have free access to come and up. So we asking the government if they could send a tractor or something that could smooth off the road and give us some binding or so we could continue with it. But we started because, you know, as not everybody wait on the government, so we decided to do it ourselves. And this is our mentor here. This lady here, she is the one behind it. She's the one that started it. And we have from the oldest to the youngest. And she's been working tirelessly all morning with us. Her name is Olivia. Say hi, Olivia. Right. So we just want to be recognized, and we're asking for help. We're asking for street lights. And we thank you, Mikey, for coming out, taking the time to come out to speak with us this afternoon. And we're thanking all the men. They've been doing a really good job here today, whole day. Yeah. We thank you.
Right. And, you know, they're so enthusiastic about the business, you know. So there were some men working as well. There were only 2 men working. And the men say, you know what, they can't just leave the woman working for themselves. So they they decided to get involved, and one of the men spoke of his involvement and what he would like to see as well.
Every Sunday I'll come up and give them a little help, and they're off my service, so I don't mind. But the only problem I realize, like here up here, they come and they put some tank, they don't put in water in it, nothing. So we asking them if they could give us some water and little assistance in certain field, what they could do. Alright, thank you. We're doing the digging and leveling the road to see if transport could pass. So if any sickness or death, anything, we have free access to pass. So we are allowing, we're doing the best. Sometimes other people might come out and help in the process, but we just take my own thing and developing the place then. Because we deal with development. Alright, thank you. Alright.
You understand? It's a, man, I just like that. Now, here's what the members are also asking for: street lights to be installed, so to help keep its members safe. In particular, it's women. Now, in November of 2017, a 9-year-old girl named Ariel Bola was killed not too far from the area in which the guys are now working. And they're asking that at least, please, if the necessary persons can have some street lights installed, then they will be happy for that as well.
Yeah, so we are asking the government to please bring some street lights to the area as well, because it does be very dark, and most of the women, we work at nights, so we want to make sure that we are safe when we're coming home in the dark. So we're asking for some street lights. We've been calling on the radio Shaggy program up to this day. Since last year we've been calling and nobody has come forward. So we begging, we're asking for some street light to make our children safe, our women safe that night. Thank you.
And the spirit, the community spirit in that village is just amazing. Because not only that they're struggling to construct their own road, but the members have also put together some reused, some old tires. In fact, they have reused some old tires, and they say they are doing that so that they can beautify the roadside for independence. Now I have to tell you, they're far from it, but they're enthusiastic still, right? So they are saying that they're hoping to beautify the area. Check out this.
The tires you all seeing on the ground, we lay off the tires as we open in the road. We want to make the road look presentable, so we plan to put the tires, put it up on mud and give it a little painting up for independence. The tires you all seeing on the ground, we lay off the tires as we open in the road. We want to
Alright, sorry for that. Alright, so that's a repeat. Yes, so they want to beautify the area. I tell you, them people have ambition. So they say ambition is the key to success, right? So all in all, people, what the women are asking for is for what they're doing to be recognized, and if there's anyone who can provide any sort of help for them, whether you have an excavator or so. They've even asked for the electricity company, Grenelec, to assist them with removing a pole that is now going to be placed, that is now going to appear at the middle of the road based on how they are doing the construction. All in all, they're asking for your help.
We are the team and we need your help urgently.
So folks, you are going to do whatever you can, right, to assist if it is within your power. I know we have some powerful people who does watch the program. All right, we have some powerful people who does watch the program, so we're asking you to provide whatever sort of help that you can provide to the people. For those of you who have not yet done so, we encourage you to share the program as we take a break. Remember our website, MikeyLive.com.
It's a new year, so how about a new look? At Quartz Optical, we have the latest brand names and styles. Plus, get 20% off credit on 12 to 24 months. Instant credit approval while you are being tested. Get 15% off cash, so you can get that new frame to go into the new year. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest, fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Special conditions apply.
We mean business and we talk business.
I
I wanted to go back to when it started.
And we let women in business tell their own stories and inspire others.
But I'm very excited about 2019.
I am Abigail Long, and join me right here for Abby's Power Lunch.
You never looked at a piece of paper. This was just a beautiful conversation.
We talk to women of the Caribbean who make things happen.
I know, let's not just preach it, let's practice it, and it starts from household.
The pride and joy of a nation is its flag. Its colors and arrangement makes it significant and stunningly beautiful. On Wednesday, February 6th, it's National Colors Day. Every proud Grenadian is asked to deck off in clothing highlighting the colors of our flag. Whether you are dressed for work, daily routines, or casual engagements, showcase the true Grenadian spirit. Every ministry, every department, and all workplaces are encouraged to join in. National Colors Day, Wednesday, February 6, 2019. Endorsed by the National Celebrations Committee. Our people, our colors, our day. On Wednesday, February 6th, National Colors Day.
Yes, and folks, right now what we have for you is the National Report. All right, and yeah, the National Report is somewhat pretty short, kind of, tonight.
Grenada and its regional security system partners keen to see urgent mediation in crisis in Venezuela. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for today, Monday, January 28th, 2019, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Grenada and its regional security system have endorsed the Caribbean Community decision to seek the support of the United Nations in addressing the situation in Venezuela. An emergency meeting called by CARICOM last Thursday agreed that current Chairman Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Anthony Harris of St. Kitts and Nevis will seek an urgent meeting with the UN Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres. Grenada's Foreign Affairs Minister, Honorable Peter David, was part of the CARICOM delegation which met with the UN Secretary General on Monday. A meeting of the RSS Council of Ministers in Barbados on Friday also discussed the situation in Venezuela and cited a need for regional unity on how to best address the current crisis. Prime Minister and Minister for National Security, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, who attended the meeting, predicts that the crisis can easily engulf the rest of the region if the current situation continues.
The bigger powers around the globe take different sides on issues in the Middle East. We have seen the result of this. The Middle East all get engulfed in serious confrontation and problems, and it affects individual countries. So we believe the Caribbean has maintained historically as a zone of peace, and that situation in Venezuela, where the U.S. and many other countries in the world have taken on one side, and China and Russia has taken another side. If that situation is allowed to prevail, and that either side is providing military or other forms of support, and without serious mediation, we can see it to engulf in the region, and all of us would pay a heavy price. And that's why we hope to counsel both sides.
Dr. Mitchell said serious mediation is the only way to amicably resolve the crisis. Grenada's newly appointed climate change focal points were brought together on Monday for their first orientation meeting designed to update them on this country's climate change governance structure, climate change policy, and other actions. To find solutions for climate change and its impact, the Environment Division and the Integrated Climate Change Adaptation Strategies, or ICAS, project have nominated 25 climate change focal points in various ministries, statutory bodies, and utility companies to represent a number of key sectors and focal areas. Mrs. Marina Jessamy, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment, Forestry, Fisheries, Disaster Management and Information, says as we seek to build a sustainable nation, we need to pay attention to the effects of our everyday practices.
If Grenada would experience a 1% or 2% of sea level rise, what would happen to the General Hospital, Mr. Ram? What would happen to the airport? For us in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, we have modeling that suggests that most of our key infrastructure is along the coastline, the hotels. The 73% is along the coastline. The airports, the hospitals, the sport facilities like the stadium, schools, the port. And therefore, workshops like this to really assess the impact of climate change is a must.
The primary role of the Climate Change Focal Points Network is to support the Environment Division in monitoring the implementation of area priorities, as well as to support mobilization of funds for implementation of resilience programs. Head of the Environment Division, Mrs. Aria St. Louis, says humans are contributing to greenhouse gas emissions and can have a hand in reducing them.
The debate is now over. We know that there are serious changes that are happening, and the scale at which they are happening are far different to what we have seen 1.5 to 3 million years ago. We know this because of independent lines of data related to this.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The pride and joy of a nation is its flag. Its colors and arrangement makes it significant and stunningly beautiful. On Wednesday, February 6th, it's National Colors Day. Every proud Grenadian is asked to deck off in clothing highlighting the colors of our flag. Whether you are dressed for work, daily routines, or casual engagements, showcase the true Grenadian spirit. Every ministry, every department, and all workplaces are encouraged to join in. National Colors Day, Wednesday, February 6, 2019. Endorsed by the National Celebrations Committee. Our people, our colors, our day. On Wednesday, February 6, National Colors Day.
Welcome back. The 50th Billfish Tournament has pumped millions of dollars into the local economy. The tournament is the Caribbean's premier sport fishing event where anglers and competitors enjoy fishing and sportsmanship. Chairman of the tournament, Richard McIntyre, said this year's event, which concluded over the weekend, was the biggest in terms of participation and revenue generation.
It's an event that has cost us a lot, but we believe in putting everything that you get 1 year into the next. So I think that's why we have been able to grow, you know. Take 366 anglers at $250 US. It's not anything. Our prices are shown on the brochures. You know, it's nothing that we hide because it's all put right back in, you know. So you could do the maths, 250 US, you know, 366.
A number of the experienced participants had nothing but good commendations for the tournament organizers.
This is my 7th year. And I think the skipper's must be about his 26th year. So he's been here quite a few times. We always come every year because it's always a great experience.
I've been coming to this tournament since 1987 through to 1995, a few years in between, and then from the 2000s to right up to 2019. It's been an excellent tournament, and it seems to have been getting a lot more boats. And the fish seem to be consistent every year, and we have a great time every year.
I've been fishing this tournament now for maybe 15, 16 years.
And what has the experience been?
It's always been amazing. Grenada hosts the best fishing tournament in the region. Far better than all the other tournaments. It has the most fish, it has the best facilities, and has the best resources to cater for a good tournament.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell has welcomed the win by the West Indies cricket team, but quickly added that the overall performance of the team cannot be judged by one game. West Indies beat England by 381 runs in the first of 3 test matches being played in the region as part of the current England tour. During an interview Monday morning, Dr. Mitchell spoke to the need for a change of overall attitude.
We have seen West Indies perform well in a particular game in the past, and therefore, as one who understands the game well, I know that you can't make a final judgment on the performance of a team by one game. And as they say in areas of intellectual activities, and maybe that's a one-off. I mean, I don't like one-off. I like to be clear that there is a permanent change in attitude. And as I said over and over, I think unless the administration changes, I'm not sure that we're going to see the kind of performance. Because I always believe that we have the talent in the region. I never think that we are short of talent. Maybe we would not see a Gary Sobers or a Brian Lowry emerging, but we have the talent to ensure that we can extract the maximum out of this talent. But it requires a leadership and management and governance system that promotes the interests of the players and the unity of the region as a whole. I think that's the fundamental thing that's lacking. Hope and pray that we'll see a change in that regard.
That story just brought the curtains down on the National Report for today, Monday, January 28th. Recapping the headlines. Grenada and its regional security system partners keen to see urgent mediation in crisis in Venezuela. On behalf of everyone who made this newscast possible, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
All right, thank you very much, Rakisha, and everyone else. And let's quickly, we have to run, see what the weather is going to be like. We did not receive again the detailed weather for tonight, but we have the generic, which says that tonight is going to be about 25 degrees Celsius as a low. All right, and we are not I do not see any precipitation forecast for tonight, but humidity is about 80%, wind 26 kilometers per hour. God bless you guys. Let's just quickly say hello to a few people. Patsy, Khadija, Queenie, Daria, Trevelyn, Shireen, Michael, my brother, Shireen, Kireen, Rachel, Ezran, Jilma, Reader, and Shobin, Nikita, Allah, Rachel again, and everyone else on the program. Thank you, Cynthia, and everybody else. We have to run. All right, Darcia and Sharon Rush and Maxi, everybody on the program, hello to you. We have to run. We will say hi to Veronica and everyone else. Don't worry, tomorrow we will say hi to you guys. We'll try to see if we can get some more time to do that. God bless you. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow. Check out our website, MikeyLive.com. This is where we come to an end for our program for tonight. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja! No! Don't forget the agriculturalnetwork.com for all your agricultural needs.